Now you might be wondering, you might see these JBL boom boxes everywhere, these Dre Beats branded little mini speakers.
This is again a note. Insult. Gateway 158. Insult is bored. In way out the window of Civic 2. Take Mauer 3, the window of 4. A Civic Wow. 13. And where you headed in 4.
Now you may have seen...
And we'll name for the ranty long chain I had been
Now you guys may have seen these JBL Dre Beats speakers around. You're wondering why Clips hasn't made one. Why doesn't Clips make a portable party speaker? It's because they needed the extra time to make sure that their portable party speaker had the legendary dynamic sound that Clips customers required. Okay?
G'day, Banks!
Now I'm going to make an offer to you guys. Whoever the first person that wants to leave the cell challenge and hang out in the jail, you're going to go home with this Clips portable speaker, which is it's probably hundreds of dollars value. I would imagine this thing is probably between $300 and $500. Would anyone like to leave the cell challenge forfeit and come hang out in the jail and win this new Clips the One portable speaker?
What are we doing in jail?
I have a question. Can we wear the person outfit again?
What?
Can we wear the person outfit?
Yes, you can.
Okay, I'll take consideration. Thank you. That was
We
fun.
just hang out by
Bert,
ourselves.
you know what you must do to win.
Yeah.
How long?
Oh, my
Probably a long
stomach
time.
hurts.
Just so the contest is
Oh,
over.
my stomach
Probably a long time.
hurts. Oh, my stomach hurts.
So it's either trapped in here or you're trapped
Oh,
in the
my
jail.
stomach
At
hurts.
least in the jail you have full bed land.
Oh, my stomach hurts.
And you get a
Oh, my stomach hurts.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you want to go, Bert?
Hold on one second.
The sooner someone takes a dump in the closet, the sooner people start leaving the room.
This is very good. I'll keep it in mind just in case.
Right on. I'll leave this here just as a visual reminder of what you guys could win.
Can we open it and plug it in? Well, you can't. We don't have
Of
anything.
course,
to
of
Can we
course.
read what it says in the box?
You can read what it says in the box.
You can pick it up and carry it out with you too.
Let me see what's up. Let me see something. Okay. Oh, that's in, like, I think that's in like Spanish. Or French. I think it's French. Like French Chinese.
I was on Singles Mouth earlier. I don't know.
I was gonna say there's a non-zero chance that someone's trying to stick their dick in this thing.
It's not in person. But I didn't have my mouth. I had it like my fist.
Ah,
And then
okay.
went through there.
Connor, will you play this thing? Good job. Give it to Symbol, would you? Alex B, would you swap out with Connor? I want to have a talk with him.
Sure.
Okay.
Do you still want to play it?
Why is this mostly in French?
Connor, we done it. I want my spot back. We're in bed. Good.
Okay, I'm just
Meditate, bitches.
Both my parents were lawyers, and I knew from a young age that I wanted to be in entertainment. And funnily enough, I used to watch WWE and that was my thing. I was going psycho over WWE. which back then was called WWF. I don't know if you remember the changeover.
I didn't see that.
They put this enormous pressure on me to do well in school, and I always wanted to do art-based extracurricular activities and like acting and music stuff. That was what I wanted to do, but they just like drilled me like a psycho on like PSAT and the LSAT prep stuff and extracurriculars that would look good for, you know, Yale University, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And anyway, I did really well in school. I got good scores and I got straight A's pretty much, and I ended up getting accepted into Yale and a bunch of other schools. And senior year, my best friend was this kid Matt Dempsey, and he was a similar kid. His parents wanted him to be a dentist, but we were both really good kids. Like, we didn't drink or anything. I didn't touch a drop of alcohol my entire high school career, and neither did Matt. Pretty much, I never saw him drink. And he got into Carnegie Mellon for dentistry.
My sister went there.
Oh, really?
She graduated, yeah, Pittsburgh.
No shit. Cool.
Yeah.
And so we were psyched. We were like flying high senior year. And he had this Nissan Pathfinder that we used to drive around town crazy. Like, that was the one bad behavior thing we engaged in, was driving this Nissan Pathfinder around just a little too fast most of the time. And after graduation, we were hanging out, taking it, you know, best summer ever. And there's this road, Whipplestick Road, where there's this, basically a ramp in the road. And we used to go over it, like, you know when you're in the back of the bus, you're like, oh shit, I get like the bounce in the back. So we used to go over this like ramp basically a little too fast. And then one day in the summer, after we graduated, he goes, I want to get air. So we're in this Nissan Pathfinder, and we hit this fucking thing going 90 miles an hour.
Jesus.
And we get air. And when we land, the suspension of the Pathfinder, it's an old car, it's not a brand new Pathfinder. Suspension compresses completely. And when that happens, there's no travel in the shocks, so you're like basically in a go-kart spring trampoline that's loaded up to bounce somewhere that's not where you're pointing it. And he's trying to point it straight. We go into a tree over to the left, and his head, we weren't going that fast when we made impact, because he took some of the speed off when he landed. We were probably realistically going like 40 miles an hour, not that fast. But the A-pillar, the metal piece that's by the windshield, he hits his head on this A-pillar hard enough to turn himself into a vegetable.
Sorry about that.
And it was like living in a horror movie. And the thing I remember most vividly was the smell of like burning, this sort of organic burning smell of like brake pads or burning grass or something. I don't know what it was, but it smelled like almost like if you burnt a clutch, but it didn't have a clutch, it was an automatic transmission, but it smelled like an organic burning smell. And I remember thinking, this is what hell smells like. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I flushed it all down the toilet. Didn't go to Yale, obviously. And instead I went off the rails on this kind of whack job spiritual bullshit journey of taking these mind expanding drugs. DMT, changa, ayahuasca, peyote, all this shit.
Jesus.
Yeah, Burning Man type stuff. And then in 2014, something pretty significant happened. I went to Peru and I met my mentor. This guy's name is Javi. He was a shaman in Peru. And it was the first, all the spiritual shit that I was into was like escapism. It was just bullshit. It wasn't the real deal. And I spent a year with this guy, Javi, who's a shaman in Peru. And I essentially, long story short, fixed my mental problems. I'm not going to talk about astral projection and any of this stuff. I don't want to bore you guys, but I basically totally reinvented myself as a person and came to a new sort of understanding and balance with life. And in 2014, there was a lot of crazy political unrest going down in Peru. There were these political protests, and in South America, political protests, it's not like up here where it's a bunch of, fucking losers holding signs. It's people throwing Molotov cocktails. It's the police shooting rubber bullets one day, switching over to live ammo the next day, depending on, their mood. And it was getting pretty bad, and I was in this compound with Javi, and I'm looking out the window, and there's tear gas grenades going off. Do you know what an APC is? Armored Personnel Carrier. It's like a tank, but with tires. There were these basically tanks rolling down the street with these cops, black masked cops, so they can't be identified.
Like Bearcat kind
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Yeah.
The cops were just beating the shit out of people like you wouldn't believe, and shooting people with live ammo, and tear gas going off. And Javi, my mentor, this guy that I'd spent a year with, who basically guided me from being this blown out, fake spiritual, degenerate shitbag into someone that is like a whole person. Like, he healed me as a person in a way that nothing else. Like, I would be a drug addict right now if it wasn't for this guy. I look at him and I say, because I know that he's going to suffer from this political violence. I look at him and I say, Javi, I'm staying right here with you. I'm not going anywhere. And I was ready to die defending this guy. He's an old guy. He was like 70 years old. I'm ready to take a bullet for this guy. I'm not leaving. And he looks at me and he says, no, you are leaving, because your destiny is somewhere else. And I felt this, I didn't feel relief, I felt crushed, like cowardice, because I knew that I had to do what this guy said. I can't stay independent if he wants me to go. And I felt like a crushing wave of cowardice and guilt for abandoning him, basically. And the last thing he says, and this is as we hear the gears of tanks rolling up, and you can hear the boots of these cops stomping the ground outside. The last thing he does, he gives me this. And he says, you take this amulet with you. This isn't for you, he tells me. He says, this is for somebody else. You'll know who it's for when you meet them. Okay? And I don't know why. I don't know you. But last night I had a voice in my head tell me that this is for you. Okay? So I don't know what the significance of that is, but yes.
There you go.
He just patched off me.
And now it smells like smoke.
On purpose.
Let me see.